Welcome everybody to my mega movie review show. If you haven't noticed, I've actually been away for a few weeks and haven't been able to get any reviews out. So what this is me going to be summing up and giving quick reviews of some of the films I saw recently I haven't been able to review. So without further ado, let me get into my first film. So I saw The Last Witch Hunter starring Vin Diesel. That one's really easy to sum up. That's pretty much just Vin Diesel proving that he cannot be a leading man in anything other than the Fast and Furious franchise. It's a very mediocre film that has some passable action sequences, but it's very forgettable, and I give it 5.5 reels out of 10. Crimson Peak was, for me, a pleasant surprise. Now, I think that this movie was really mislabeled and billed as this horror movie, but really it's a thriller that is scary in its own right because, I mean, the situation that it has in basically living with serial killers is what you get. Now, the ghosts are totally not necessary for this film, but man, this film is beautifully shot. It just looks gorgeous, from the whole house that they constructed and built themselves, to the clay that oozes out of the ground, to the performances that are really good. Now, the story is kind of lackluster and you've seen it before, but it's still a really enjoyable time at the movies. I'm going to give Crimson Peak 8 out of 10 reels. Next, I've gone against the grain of salt every single time it came to the Paranormal Activity movies. I really enjoyed the past couple of entries of this film series, but man, Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension, is just awful. Shit conclusion to this series. I was so let down that not only this is the last entry of the franchise, they didn't even feature Katie, the girl that's been in every single one of them, in any grown-up capacity. I don't know what's up with that. And also, them using the wonky, fuzzy ghost camera, it was laughably bad. I thought that it had potential, and they just squandered it. And it's really a disappointing ending to the series. I give this one 3 out of 10 reels. Now next, this is the one I'm most upset that I didn't get to make a video for, because this is by far my favorite film of the year. Steve Jobs. Man, I'm just going to say right out of the gate, this for me is a 10 out of 10 reels. Everything is perfect in this film. From the cinematography, to the directing, to the acting. Michael Fassbender, Seth Rogen, they are so good in this film. And it's just, every line of dialogue is so gripping, and I was just mesmerized with the screen for over 2 hours of screen time. And it's just an amazing achievement. It's such a shame that this film didn't do that well at the box office, because I honestly cannot strongly recommend this film more than anything. This is definitely going to be nominated for some Oscars, and I really hope that Michael Fassbender gets nominated for this one. I'm sure he will. But if you haven't seen this, definitely catch it if it's still in a theater by you. Because like I said, 10 out of 10 reels. Phenomenal. I recently just saw the Peanuts movie, and this is just such an enjoyable and fun time at the movies. I am so glad that they kept everything back to its roots and basic, and they didn't update anything. And they just kept the Peanuts, who they are, and it's just such an enjoyable time. It teaches such valuable lessons to little kids. I love all the Snoopy elements of it and the Red Baron segments, and I just was pleasantly surprised how well this holds up, and I give the Peanuts movie 8 out of 10 reels. Last but not least, the latest James Bond film, Spectre. I thought that it definitely is better than what most critics say. Skyfall set that bar so high, but still, this is a good James Bond film. It does come in third out of the 4 for me. First being Skyfall, second being Casino Royale, then this one, then Quantum of Solace. Well, let's not even talk about that film. But I thought that the opening sequence was very well done. I thought that some of the action was really cool, how it harkened back to the roots of old school James Bond. I thought the villain was very lackluster, though. I mean, Christoph Waltz is an excellent actor, and they built him up so much. And then they didn't really give him much screen time, and he didn't have a lot to do. And he wasn't as menacing as he was made to be. I still thought it was an enjoyable James Bond film, though, and I thought that the way they tied all 4 films together was really cool. But at the end of the day, I'm going to give this James Bond film a 7.8 reels out of 10. And this has been my reviews of the past movies that I've seen and not been able to get to. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll be back on track. I have the Hunger Games review and Creed coming out shortly to you guys. So thanks for watching. This is The Real Report.